first of all, I'd like to thank you for the video you've made for me and explain to you the background of what I want to use these videos for. Now, what you're seeing on the screen is a site that I've made, and embedded in it is the video, the one that I sent you first of all as an example. And my concept is I'm going to be offering my services to make sites just like this one, with a video included in the home page. And in order for me to do it cost effectively, I'm going to be using these sorts of colour schemes so that I can very much copy and paste. So it's important, the look and feel of the actual video, that it fits in with the actual screen. Now in this one you can see, it fits in with the format. In this one you can see the colours fit in quite well. But if I just show you, I've set up the one that you gave me, and as you can see, the colours kind of clash, I think, in my opinion, a little bit with the colours of the site. Now, obviously, you wouldn't have known that, and that's why I just wanted to explain a little bit of background into what I'm looking to do. Now, I feel that it's important that we get this first one right. And and we invest a little bit of time in it to get a formula and a benchmark for moving forwards, and that's where I appreciate the fact that you've spent a lot of time doing this, and I am prepared to pay for more gigs if necessary, just to get this particular one right, because if we get the blueprint right, then the future ones will be much easier. Let me just bring this video back to the beginning. That's it. Now, one thing I mentioned to you in my messages to you is that the video needs to be very much benefit driven rather than feature driven, and let me explain to you why here. If I bring you back to my site here, and I'll show you that first of all we have the video, and then we also have here the key features page. So after the viewer has actually watched the video, they've then got the option of looking at the various points. And I'm assuming that you understand from the way I explained it to you the difference between a feature and a benefit. So if we give you an example here it says private pool, that's a feature, whereas a benefit would be something like you can chill out, relax, and forget about the world at home as you sun yourself around the beautiful pool. I know that's very glossy and too much, but it's just an example so I can sort of explain it to you. Now, that being the case, because we're going to have a page that's going to have key features on it, then again the video needs to be more benefit driven. So coming back to this one here, I've moved it forward. Now here these are all benefits, and I just feel that there's just too much information on one slide for the amount of time that the slide appears on the screen. So my suggestion is that we leave the slide on for longer to give the viewer a chance to read what's on there, and also if it's possible, I would like to explore with you about as opposed to having all of these just on the page straight away, is it possible to do it the way you do with a PowerPoint presentation, where you slide in each one at a time? The reason I say that is because I think if the viewer just sees everything, there's going to be too much to read. But if they've just got the slide open, and then air conditioning slides in, and then linen provided slides in, and like that, then that way I think that would work better. Now, I have to keep these videos to 5 minutes long, and this one's about to come to an end, so I'm going to pause this one here and then resume on a second one. Okay, so here we are again on video 2, and I just noticed, I've just had a quick look through the first video I made, video number 1, and I noticed when I was referring to these, I referred to them as benefits, but of course I should have said features. Now, continuing where I was, if then we do slide in each particular line, it will be more like the example I gave you, On the example I gave you on my one, yeah, as you can see, there's one caption per slide. Now, I made this in a different sort of platform, but I do think that by sliding captions into slides, that's going to start to give that sort of effect. So back to the one you made for me, I do feel that by doing what I'm suggesting, it's going to make the video a little bit longer anyway, and I do feel that there's other bits of information that should be brought in, such as the distance of the apartment from the airport, the distance to facilities and that, because this is the sort of thing that people are sort of interested in right from the outset. So again, if you feel that this is a project you'd like to move forward on with me, just let me know. And one thing I can do possibly is to give you a list of the sorts of information that we need to put on each video. And as I said to you, we only need to do this once and get a blueprint for future ones. Now going back to my one, whilst I said to you I think there's too many transitions on mine, in some cases it's nice to have some sort of transitions. That one slid in, and something like the one you've just seen there. So again, I'm just wondering, whether you feel that you're able to do, the occasional transition like that, just to sort of make it a little bit more interesting, maybe. Now finally, I'm going to take this to the end of the video because that's something important I want to explain to you. So I'm just going to pause it for a while. So if I can just demonstrate that to you, as you see, we get to the end of the video, and it ends fairly quickly, and there's a call to action at the end of it. Let me just show you here. That's the last frame. It finishes, and then there's the call to action. And what I do when I set the video up in the player, I do it so that the call to action is actually a clickable link on the video itself. Now here's the one you sent me. And as you can see there, the screen goes on for quite a while. Sorry, the music goes on for quite a while before this comes up, and I think people could just see the blank screen, not realise there's going to be something else, and click off in the meantime. So it's important really that as soon as the video comes to an end, the music just gets faded out, and then we end it there without a long time with a blank screen, so that I can then have my call to action sitting there ready for them. I hope you understand what I'm referring to there. Okay, so all that leaves really is for you to, when you've had a look at these videos, if you can just come back to me and let me know whether, based on what I've explained to you, whether you feel that it's something that you want to do to move this forward, and whether you feel you can along the lines that we discussed. So I'd appreciate it, please, if you could just drop me a quick message to let me know your thoughts on that. Okay, thanks a lot.